What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DJ LiftOFF with the JP way, and you don't want to miss this flight. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all how to find the one in an acapella. Then we're going to work our way backwards to find out which beat the acapella actually starts on, so you can figure out how to scratch it so you can drop it at the perfect time. Now, the only thing that you need to know for this video is how to count quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes. If you don't know how to, check out this video that I'm going to pop up right here. If you do already know, let's get it started. Here we go. All right, DJs, I have 3 acapellas lined up and ready to go. Each one of these acapellas is going to increase in difficulty and actually drop on a different beat just to give you all a little bit of variety. And I actually use these same exact acapellas in a different video that I'll pop up right here. So you're gonna wanna check that video out after you watch this video, or if you've already seen that video, you may wanna revisit the end of that video, and I'll pretty much be explaining why at the end of this video. So let's go ahead and hop right into this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is have your acapella on one deck, and then whether you have to pull up the song, the actual song on YouTube, or if you actually have the downloaded file of that song in your software, that's even better. So again, we have the acapella and then we have the actual song as well. That's going to help us find this one. Now, before we get started, a huge tip that I'm going to give, especially for like hip hop and R&B music, the one in an acapella or a song is usually going to land on a kick. So actually not an acapella, the one when you play the actual song, when you hear that vocal, it's gonna land on a kick, a bass, an 808, some type of low frequency sound for the most part. Not always, of course, every song is gonna be different. If it's not a kick or an 808 or some type of bass, it's probably gonna be some type of instrument that's introduced to the song that wasn't there before, or some type of change in the song on that one. But I can definitely explain it, or I can definitely show you better than I can explain it. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, I'm gonna play this acapella from the very beginning, and then we're gonna break down how we're gonna figure out the one. So let me go ahead and play it.
I got hoes. I've got hoes.
Okay, so that's the beginning of that track. Now, on the other deck, I'm gonna go ahead and play the actual song as well. So here we go. So we got this playing.
I've got hoes.
Okay, so now our job is to find out where is that one. First, we're gonna go back to the very first instance of the vocal that we hear, period. And we know this actually isn't on the one. Now it could be, but in this case, I know I'm using songs that aren't starting on the one. So we're just gonna say this doesn't start on the one, as it actually doesn't, okay? So now we have it queued up right at the beginning here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna remember what this vocal is.
I got hoes.
I'm going to use O instead of hoes for this. So I said it once, but we'll use O. So we got I got O's. Okay, right? So now we're going to go over to the actual song, and we're going to play this song, and we're going to count using 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to keep repeating that 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, of course, when we normally count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. But for the purpose of this video and finding the one, we're just going to repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, starting from the beginning. So this is exactly what we'll have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So as you can see there, as we just counted that, one of those vocals landed right on the one. Okay, so if we go back to the beginning, all we're doing is we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're listening out for right when that I got comes in. That's how we know we're leading up to the one. And then whatever vocal lands on the actual one as we're counting, that's going to be the one. So let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right? So right on that O's, which is right here, we know that's the actual one. So essentially now we know if we have this on the one, on this side where we have an instrumental or a different track, we want this one to line up with this one as well. So over here, we know that this number 9 is right on the one. So now if we go back to the song again and restart it from the very beginning, and we're going to just count 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to see where exactly does this acapella start. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So right on that I, we land on the 3. So if we're counting quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, we have 1, 2, I got O's. If we know that this track right on number 9 is number 1, we know if we drop this acapella on this side on the 3, so if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, so the last 4 beats before the 1 over here, all we have to do is drop it on the 3, right? So we're gonna go back over here. So now we're actually gonna count normally, and we know again, on those last 4 beats, we're gonna drop this on the 3. So we have I got O's, 3, 4, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3.
I've got holes. I've got holes.
So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the second acapella. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the acapella, then we're gonna play the real song. So here's the acapella here.
I do my hair toss, check my nails.
Okay, so that's what we have there. Now we're gonna figure out where the actual 1 is. So we're gonna go to this side, do the same exact thing.
I do my hair toss, check my nails.
So as you hear this, this is the perfect example of we don't necessarily hear a kick, but we do hear an instrument come in, which is that piano. So if we play this again,
I do my hair.
we hear it come in right here.
I do my hair.
So we're just gonna assume this is the 1 for this particular acapella because we hear that instrument come in, and now we're gonna make sure that's right by doing this entire process all over again. So if we know this is the 1, we know we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and this has to land right on the 1.
I do my hair.
I do my hair. Okay, so that's all we have so far is I do my hair. So we have to figure out, we have to count 4 beats, and we have to figure out how to make this hair land on the 1. Okay, so if we go 1, 2, I do my hair, that time we know that's wrong because why? That landed on the 4. So we know something is wrong there because that hair didn't actually land right on the 1. Okay, so now we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna just make sure we have that hair landing on the 1. 1, 2, 3, I do my hair, right? So that time it actually landed on the 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, hair. 1, 2, 3, I do my hair. Now, as we're counting this, you notice that while we're counting, we don't actually land on a quarter note. So if we count like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are all quarter notes. But for this particular acapella, we're gonna actually have to count eighth notes, which sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, I do my hair. So now we know if we do baby scratches and we drop it on the 3 and, so that's beat 3 on the and, if we drop it right there, it'll line up and drop right on the perfect beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3 and.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss.
So as you can see there, we're confirming that we dropped that at the perfect time and it landed right on the 1 over here, and that hair landed perfectly on the 1 over here as well. Now we're going to do this one more time and it's going to get a little bit more complex, okay? So now we're gonna pull up one more acapella on the right hand side and we're gonna pull up the actual song on the left hand side. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the acapella.
I got my peaches out in Georgia, oh yeah shit. I got my peaches out in Georgia, oh yeah shit.
Okay, so that's what we have on the acapella. Now we're gonna go ahead and play the actual song and we're gonna listen out for this exact same part because we're trying to figure out where does that 1 land.
I got my peaches out in Georgia, oh yeah shit.
Okay, so what did I say at the beginning? Usually a 1 will land on some type of kick. Here we do have a kick, so we're gonna go ahead and see, does this land, does this 1 land on this kick?
I got my peaches out in Georgia.
So we know we have Georgia, right? So we're gonna go set that cue point right there on Georgia just for the time being.
Georgia, Georgia.
So we're gonna say, okay, since that landed on that kick, that's gonna be the 1. Now we're gonna go ahead and test it out, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so right there, we just confirmed that that Georgia lands right on that 1. Okay, so now what we have to do next is we have to figure out, okay, where exactly does this land?
I got my peaches out. I got my peaches out.
Okay, so go ahead and try to figure this out on your own first. One hint I will give you is that it does land on a 16th note. So to count 16th notes, you're gonna have to go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. I got my peaches out in Georgia. So we know right as that 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E, right on that 3 E. If we sing I got my peaches right on that 3 E, the Georgia will land on 1. So I'm actually going to slow this down just for counting purposes to about 92 because we're going to have to count really fast for this one. Okay, so here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 3 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh yeah, shit. I get my weed from California. That's that shit. I took my click up to the north, yeah. Badass bitch. I get my light right from the source, yeah.
So right there, we just confirmed that it lands right on that 3 E, which is a 16th note. Also, like I said earlier in the video, now go back to my other video of how to scratch and transition when songs don't start on the 1, so you can figure out exactly how you want to scratch in a song or an acapella that lands on a 16th note, because you can't do it using the baby scratch. I mean, there might be a way to kind of figure it out, but I show you exactly how I would do it when an acapella lands right on that 16th note where you're trying to drop it so it lands on the 1.
When I pull up on a nigga, tell that nigga baby, I'm too